Okay then guys, let's have a quick look at this paper then. It's the June 2011 C4 Mathematics exam paper from WJEC, as I say June 2011. So it's 1.5 hours long. Basically use black ink ballpoint pen to answer all questions. Methods must be shown. So we've got the information on the front page. So here's a question, it's partial fractions here, first part, and then use the partial fractions here to evaluate the definite integral. And evaluate that to 3 decimal places, so that doesn't hold any surprises there. Implicit differentiation here, equation to the normal needs to be obtained at a particular point, so that's a nice question as well. So the first couple of questions are good. Here's a double angle formula here, so that should be fairly useful as well. That'll probably be a quadratic in tan, solving a quadratic. Here's the compound angle formula here, so write this in this form and then we can solve this. So that should be, again, it should hold no surprises really. Parametric differentiation here. Parameter p, tangent to c at the point p is this, so you don't need to double check that once we've obtained that. There wouldn't be any need to double check it. So that's number 4. Tangent and coordinates and length of lines, that seems, again, standard question there. You've got a region here, an area bounded by a curve, and the x-axis is half a circle lying above the axes, and then it's got intersection points with the axes A, B, C. Then you rotate it about 4 right angles about OX and work out the volume. And we can see that that question is fairly user-friendly as well. Number 6, binomial theorem. Just use that to get this series expansion up to x squared. And the validity of the range as well needs to be mentioned. Integration by parts here, and then substitution on this one. So again, fairly standard for question 7. So it doesn't look like too many fears in this paper. All the questions seem very nice. The rate of increase of n is directly proportional to the value of n. So it's a differential equation which we can solve, obtain the solution, input the initial conditions and find out the values concerned, and then evaluate the size of the population when t is 20. Question 9. This is talking about vectors then, 2 vectors here perpendicular. So we use the dot product, and that will equal 0, and it will give the cosine of the angle. Well, they're perpendicular, so we can work out dot product is 0, so we can work out A. Then equations of lines, 2 lines here, show they either intersect or do not intersect. And then the last question, prove by contradiction. Nice easy question at the end. So it's a nice paper, no holds no surprises. The good thing in an exam to do though is have a quick look through the paper in entirety at the beginning of an exam, no matter how quickly you try and do that, because then it gets it in your brain subconsciously so that you've actually processed the questions ahead of time, so that when you come to do them in an exam you've actually seen them just a few moments or half an hour before. So oftentimes you're working on them subconsciously, and it can save a bit of precious time when you come to actually do the question. So it is a good idea to look through the paper, compose yourself, choose a nice user-friendly question to get you off to as good as possible a start. And of course, if you finish early, then it's always a good idea to double check all your answers, and then when you finish double checking, then those that need it, of course, triple check those as well. And so that you use every possible second and eke out every possible mark you can obtain from this paper. So all the best then guys. If you've got a C4 exam in the near future, hope you do well and get on and work hard and get on well with it, and get as many marks as you deserve for all your hard work. So hopefully I'll catch you again in another revision in another paper. Cheers!